Welcome back to North Dakota Today. The cornea is such an important part of the eye, and that is why it is so important that you take care of yours. Here today to explain, we have Dr. Michael Greenwood with Vance Thompson Vision. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You are the expert, so I have some questions for you that might seem very basic, but we know it's important. We often take our eyesight for, granted. Can you just start with what is the cornea?
Yeah, and I love basic questions because I like to speak at an easy level, and these are straightforward. So I think we're on the right page here. The cornea is the clear part of the eye that sits in the front of it, and a lot of people don't know that it exists because it sits right in front of the colored part of the eye. So it's clear, you don't know it's there, but its job is to protect the eye. But more importantly is it provides most of the focusing power for our eye. So if you need glasses or contacts, you've got the glasses or contacts that help with the correction, but also your cornea, and then of course the natural lens inside your eye.
Okay, it's interesting because a lot of times we're all just, I don't know, my eyes, and there's a lot more than just I'm having problems with my eyes. And so that's where you guys come in too, that you guys have a specialist that just focus on the cornea. And what does that person do?
Yeah, and so I'm a cornea specialist, as well as refractive surgery and glaucoma and cataract. But what we do is obviously specialize in diseases of the cornea, and there can be a lot of it. A lot of people know if you do know that you have a cornea, it's probably because you had a scratch on your cornea and it's extremely painful. So we help with that type of stuff, but a lot of other doctors help with that as well. But there's a lot of specific diseases to the cornea, and there's two big ones that we treat most commonly. One is keratoconus, which is where the cornea itself is a little bit warped or misshapen. When people have astigmatism, that's kind of normal. That's where we say it's kind of like a football on its side where it has a little bit of a curvature to it. But when you have this keratoconus, it kind of juts out kind of like a beer belly, and that makes it hard for you to see clearly without a specialty contact lens. And the other condition that we treat a lot is called Fuchs dystrophy, and that affects the inside of the cornea where the cells just don't work very well, and the cornea can get a little bit swollen, and when it gets swollen, it gets cloudy, and when it gets cloudy, our vision just isn't very good. The quality of vision goes down quite a bit. And so we do a lot of cornea transplants to help out people that have that Fuchs dystrophy. So there's a lot of different things that we can do, but unfortunately, a lot of the treatments are helpful in restoring patients' vision.
That's why it's great to visit with you, because even the terms of what the conditions are sound kind of scary. But then when you explain it in terms that I understand, I'm like, oh, well, now it doesn't seem quite as scary. And I've talked to you about this in the past. You do a lot of research. Can you talk a little bit about how that really improves the care patients get there as well? Because everything is changing and you guys are on top of it with even as, cornea research.
Yeah, technology is one of the things that got me into ophthalmology. I just am fascinated by it, and I kind of like, what's coming down the pipeline, and that's where research fits into my life and our practice. And there's always different things that are changing. We've got research studies going on now in cornea and in other parts of our practice as well. But what it does is a couple of things. It's new technology, so it's going to be better than what we currently have. And we're able to offer that to patients to help us, make the world a better place. And so it might be new technology that's better than what we have now, like I mentioned, or it might be someone who's got a certain condition where there is no other treatment, but now we're in a research study that's helping to develop that treatment and again, make the world a better place. So it's kind of a win-win on our end, and we think it's great that we can help patients. And we've got a couple studies going on right now, but one that I'm really excited about is right now for that Fuchs dystrophy, like I talked about, we do a cornea transplant, but we're working with a company that's developed some medication where you might not need a cornea transplant down the road, and that improves safety and for patients, and they don't have to worry about some of the natural risks that come with a cornea transplant. And so we're really excited about that and helping help develop the technology and advance our field.
That's really incredible. How can people find you? Where are you located, and what's your phone number?
Online, we're at vancethompsonvision.com. Our phone number is 701-566-5390. And if you're in the neighborhood in West Fargo, you can find us in 505 32nd Avenue East.
Dr. Greenwood with Vance Thompson Vision, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.